No one really talks on this, so I'm going to be as transparent and as honest as possible. Over the last 5 years, we've been traveling around the world. We've been taken in different cultures. We've been to Antigua, Malaysia, Jamaica, Greece. Now, over a few years, small habits started to change. I stopped waking up early. My motivation dropped. I wasn't getting in as many steps as I used to. And one of the most important things, I wasn't conscious of what I was eating. We would go to so many different restaurants, try so many different foods. And I got to a point where I would just eat because we were happy. I was in the moment. I had the excuse, I'm happy in a relationship, we're out on a date, let me eat. And if I'm honest, I started to get a bit too comfortable. It was affecting my energy. It was affecting my mindset. All I wanted to do is just have a good time. But if we are not focusing on us, focusing on becoming the best version of ourselves, we will slowly start to lose our identity. And that's exactly what was happening to me. There will be times I would walk past the mirror on holiday feeling good. When I look into the mirror and I see my stomach, I'm not seeing as much definition as I used to a few months ago. And that literally came down to me getting too comfortable. I'll be very transparent with you guys. It put me down. I couldn't recognize the person in the mirror. I looked like a completely different person. So as soon as we got back home from a holiday, I set out a plan. I made sure that I was going to stick to this plan, and I spoke to my wife about this. I invested in myself. I asked her to hold me accountable, make sure that I'm working out 5 days a week, make sure I'm getting in minimum 10,000 steps per day, and to make sure that I am conscious, that we are conscious of what we are putting into our bodies. After that period of me working hard, I started to see a small change. But the change that really transformed everything for me was my mindset. Everything changed up here. I made sure I was consistent. I made sure I was disciplined, and I didn't rely on motivation. And one amazing thing that happened is that when I was working out, when I invested in myself, my wife could see the change that was happening, and it pushed her to then work as hard as I was. And I love that, because what I am doing, I want to inspire, motivate, I want to push everyone else around me. My confidence went up. It definitely affected the relationship because I felt more confident in what I was wearing. And that just came down to what I was consuming and also my activity levels. Everything was just low. But after being active, after being consistent, my confidence went up, and my wife could see straight away. A lot of you can relate. I've worked with so many women on a one-to-one basis, and the number one thing that they always say to me is that their confidence is low. They have low self-esteem. They don't feel like the woman they used to 5, 10 or even 15 years ago, and they want to get back to that position. If that is you, I am telling you, once you have a structured plan, once you have the guidance, the accountability, and you don't rely on motivation, you rely on discipline, and you rely on your why. Why is it that you want to get back to where you used to be? Why do you want to work on your midsection? Why do you want to lose weight? So you need to figure out what your why is. I want you to have a look at my client Mickey. She went through the same thing. She is married. She has a 2-year-old beautiful daughter. After having her child and still holding on to that baby weight, she didn't feel like the woman she used to feel like until she had a structured plan. She was working out. She had the accountability, and she knew what she should be eating to achieve her goals. Now her confidence has gone up. She has the knowledge, the structure, and the accountability. Now listen, if any of you guys need that support, if any of you guys can relate to what I am saying, you don't have to do this alone. Let's hop on a one-on-one call. Let's have that conversation, and let's see if we can help you every step of the way. But I promise you, you have to make that change. You have to take that first step, and you have to be transparent and honest with yourself. Because me even sitting down here and having this conversation with you wasn't easy, but I know that it's going to reach one person that will make them feel like they needed to hear this. It'll make them feel like they're going to make that change. They're not going to sit around, they're not going to eat and drink and go sleep late. They are going to make that change to become the best versions of themselves. And I could be speaking to you. I appreciate you all watching this video. I just wanted to open up and just let you know something I personally went through, and I feel like a lot of you can relate. Let me know if you can relate to what I'm saying. And again, if you need that extra support, I am here for you. Schedule that one-on-one call with me. The link is in the description. All right, that's it. I've opened up and I'd love to hear you guys' stories down below. Peace.